Welcome back to the channel Top 3. First up, there is no such thing as a 1977 bicentennial quarter because the bicentennial quarter was minted only in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States. These quarters bear the dual date, 1776 to 1976, and feature a special reverse design with a colonial drummer instead of the usual eagle. If you have a quarter dated 1977, it is simply a regular Washington quarter and does not hold any special historical significance related to the bicentennial celebration. However, if you are referring to the bicentennial quarter from 1975 to 1976, there are some rare and valuable varieties. The most valuable bicentennial quarters are those that were struck in 40% silver, which were sold in special collector sets by the U.S. Mint. These silver quarters can be worth significantly more than face value, especially in pristine condition. Additionally, there are error coins such as double die varieties, off-center strikes, or quarters struck on the wrong planchet that can fetch high prices at auctions. Among the rarest and most valuable bicentennial quarters are those with a special high-grade proof or deep cameo finish. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and demand. In some cases, an ultra-rare error quarter or a uniquely toned specimen could command even higher prices among collectors. Despite rumors circulating online about bicentennial quarters being worth millions or even billions, the reality is that no such coin has been confirmed to exist. While certain rare quarters may reach values in the 5- or 6-figure range, claims of a single bicentennial quarter being worth billions are exaggerated and not supported by any auction records or numismatic sources. If you believe you have a rare or valuable bicentennial quarter, the best course of action is to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. Professional evaluation can determine whether the coin has any unique attributes, errors, or rare minting characteristics that increase its value. Additionally, researching recent auction results for similar coins can give you a realistic estimate of its potential worth. For those interested in collecting bicentennial quarters, the best examples to seek out are uncirculated or proof specimens from mint sets. The 40% silver versions from the San Francisco Mint, bearing an S mint mark, are particularly desirable. Finding one in pristine condition with full luster and sharp details can be a rewarding addition to any collection. Even though most bicentennial quarters found in circulation are worth only their face value, they remain a popular collectible due to their historical significance and unique design. Many coin enthusiasts enjoy collecting these quarters as part of U.S. history, appreciating them for their artistic and patriotic appeal rather than just their monetary value. In conclusion, while the bicentennial quarter is an interesting and collectible coin, there is no evidence of a single specimen being worth unimaginable wealth. If you come across claims of a 1977 bicentennial quarter worth billions, it is important to verify such claims through credible numismatic sources before believing them. Realistically, the most valuable bicentennial quarters are those in mint condition, with rare errors or silver compositions, and they can still fetch impressive prices in the collector's market. Next up here is no known bicentennial quarter from 1989 with a D mint mark that holds unimaginable wealth or could make someone a billionaire overnight. The U.S. bicentennial quarter was minted in 1975 and 1976 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence. These quarters feature a special reverse design with a colonial drummer and were struck with the date 1776 to 1976. There were no bicentennial quarters minted in 1989, as by that time, the standard Washington quarter design had returned. However, some people may be confusing rare error coins or other valuable quarters with the bicentennial series. The most valuable bicentennial quarters are usually those struck in 40% silver, which were only made for collectors and not released into general circulation. Some of these silver quarters, especially in perfect mint condition or with special errors, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. However, no known bicentennial quarter, including the silver versions, has ever reached the kind of extreme value that would make someone a billionaire. The only U.S. coins that have sold for millions of dollars are extremely rare pieces, such as the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Silver Dollar. If someone claims to have a bicentennial quarter from 1989, it is likely either a misunderstanding or a counterfeit. The U.S. Mint did not produce bicentennial quarters in 1989, as they were only made in 1975 and 1976. The 1989 D quarter is a standard Washington quarter with no special designs or extreme rarity. While there are some valuable 1989 quarters due to mint errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, they do not reach the level of being worth billions or even millions of dollars. To determine the value of a bicentennial quarter, collectors look at factors such as its condition, metal composition, and potential mint errors. A typical circulated bicentennial quarter is worth only its face value of 25 cents, while an uncirculated or proof version, especially in silver, may be worth slightly more. The highest recorded sales for bicentennial quarters usually range from a few hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on rarity and condition. One reason myths about extremely valuable quarters spread is because of misleading online claims, exaggerated auction listings, or misinterpretations of numismatic value. Many online sources claim that common coins are worth millions without providing legitimate auction records or expert evaluations. Serious collectors and investors rely on reputable auction houses, grading services like PCGS and NGC, and historical sales data to determine true coin values. If you believe you have a rare bicentennial quarter or any valuable coin, the best way to confirm its worth is by getting it professionally appraised. Coin dealers, numismatic experts, and auction houses can authenticate the coin and determine if it has any special features that increase its value. Without proper verification, claims of a coin being worth billions are almost certainly false. The reality of coin collecting is that while rare coins can be valuable, they are not instant tickets to extreme wealth. Even the rarest quarters, such as the 1932 D or 1932 S Washington quarters, are worth thousands at most, not billions. The most expensive U.S. coins tend to be gold coins, early American issues, or rare error coins that exist in extremely limited numbers. If you are interested in coin collecting or investing in rare coins, it is important to do thorough research, consult with experts, and avoid misinformation. Many people fall for scams or exaggerated claims about common coins being worth life-changing amounts. Sticking to credible sources, auction results, and professional appraisals is the best way to navigate the numismatic world. Ultimately, while some bicentennial quarters can be valuable, there is no evidence to suggest that any of them, let alone a non-existent 1989 D bicentennial quarter, could make someone a billionaire. If you have a coin you suspect is rare, take it to a professional for evaluation rather than relying on internet rumors. Next up here is a common misconception about certain U.S. quarters being worth an unimaginable fortune, particularly the 1980 D bicentennial quarter. However, the truth is that no bicentennial quarter was minted in 1980 because the bicentennial series was only produced in 1975 and 1976 to commemorate 200 years of American independence. The quarters minted during this time feature a dual date, 1776 to 1976, and a unique reverse design showing a colonial drummer. The Denver Mint D Mint Mark did produce these coins, but if you have a 1980 D quarter, it is not a bicentennial coin but a regular Washington quarter. Unfortunately, these standard 1980 D quarters do not carry significant numismatic value unless they have rare mint errors or are in exceptionally high-grade condition. Many collectors are fascinated by the bicentennial quarters because of their historical significance and unique design. While billions of them were produced, making them common in circulation, there are a few specific varieties that are worth more than face value. Proof versions made of 40% silver and special mint errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in some cases. However, even the rarest bicentennial quarters do not come close to making someone a billionaire overnight. Claims suggesting otherwise are often exaggerated or misleading. When it comes to the 1980 D Washington quarter, its value is typically based on its condition and any unique errors it may have. In circulated condition, These coins are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, in uncirculated or high mint state, MS grades, particularly MS 67 or higher, they can fetch a few dollars to around $100 or more. The best way to determine a coin's true value is to have it graded by professional services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. Graded coins in top conditions tend to be more valuable to collectors and investors. Another factor influencing a coin's value is its metal composition. The 1980 D-quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, meaning it does not contain silver or any precious metal that would significantly increase its worth. Unlike the silver quarters minted before 1965, which have intrinsic value due to their metal content, clad quarters from 1980 are not sought after for their melt value. This means that unless a 1980 D-quarter has a major mint error or is in pristine condition, it will not be worth much beyond its face value. There are some quarters from the 1980s that have become valuable due to mint errors. For example, quarters that were mistakenly struck on planchets meant for other coins, such as dimes or nickels, can be worth thousands of dollars. Additionally, some 1980 D-quarters have been found with striking anomalies, such as missing clad layers, broad strikes, or off-center errors. These unique characteristics make them desirable among collectors, but again, their values are in the range of hundreds or thousands of dollars rather than millions or billions. The numismatic market is driven by rarity, demand, and condition. While some coins from U.S. history have reached astronomical values, such as the 1804 draped bust dollar or the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle, no regular strike quarter from 1980 holds a similar status. If someone claims that a 1980 D bicentennial quarter is worth billions, it is likely misinformation or an attempt to attract attention. Authentic valuable quarters are typically those with historical significance, minting errors, or special compositions, and even the most expensive quarters rarely exceed a few $100,000 in auction settings. To determine whether you have a valuable 1980 D quarter, you should examine its condition under magnification. Look for any signs of doubling, which could indicate a double die error, missing details, or any unusual features. Weighing the coin could also help identify whether it was struck on the wrong planchet. If you suspect your coin has an error, having it professionally appraised is the best course of action. Collectors should always be cautious when encountering exaggerated claims about coin values. Many online articles and social media posts spread false information about ordinary coins being worth astronomical sums, leading to confusion among inexperienced collectors. If a quarter were truly worth billions, major auction houses and numismatic organizations would widely report on it, and the numismatic community would be actively discussing its significance. For those genuinely interested in valuable quarters, it is better to focus on well-documented rare coins, such as the 1932 D. Washington quarter, a key date in the series, or the 1950 D. Jefferson nickel, a low-mintage key date. Researching reputable coin catalogs, auction results, and expert opinions can help collectors make informed decisions rather than falling for misleading claims. In conclusion, while the 1980 D quarter is an interesting collectible in its own right, it is not a bicentennial quarter, nor is it worth an unimaginable fortune. The real bicentennial quarters were minted in 1975 to 1976 and are relatively common unless they have rare errors or silver content. If you come across claims about an ordinary quarter being worth billions, it is best to verify the information with credible numismatic sources before believing or spreading such claims.